winter, let's give it a try. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight. Summer's over, and you still haven't called me back. We're just getting older. Soon enough, it'll be too late to act. Let's do it again. Let's ride on that waves of gold. California Sunday. I'll wait for your call, 'cause I wouldn't go on my own. Last night I was dreaming out loud. California sun was making my eyes dry. Can we still make it happen? It's worth a try. And I might keep on dreaming out loud. It's a beautiful life, staying under blue skies. Next year in the winter, let's give it a try. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight. Winter's dawning, and I can't seem to adapt. And somebody told me that you felt the same way since we went. Why won't you give me a call? We'll ride on those waves again. California, and I can wait through a storm, 'cause without you it wouldn't be the same. Last night I was dreaming out loud. California sun was making my eyes dry. Can we still make it happen? It's worth a try. Oh, and I might keep on dreaming out loud. It's a beautiful life, staying under blue skies. And next year in the winter, let's give it a try. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight. Yeah, I'll be dreaming out loud tonight. I'll keep on dreaming out loud tonight.
I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore. John Leslie said, no, you can't go now, Dad. I said, why? He said, it's not over until I win. What if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The cause repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and saying to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Facts. 80% of real estate businesses are out of business in 2 years. 2 years. That is a fact. 80% of people that start real estate businesses are out of business in 2 years. The point of the next hour is to make sure that you're part of the 20%, to make sure that that doesn't happen to you, to make sure that you can build a predictable real estate business. All right? And it really comes down to two very important words. All right, two very important words, and they both start with R. The first one is relationships, and the second one is reputation. All right, we've got a graphic for this, but something's going on with Matt, so I don't know what's happening here, but he's going to go back and he's going to go put this graphic up so we can continue on with the show. Reputation and relationships. That's what it comes down to, right? Number one is building your relationships. This is what I'm talking about. You've got 3 different types of relationships here. You've got an inner network, you've got your referral network, and you've got your service network. And let me break this down for you, okay? Your inner network, and listen, this is how you build a referral base into your business. Because what happens here is if we're only focused on going after deals that we get from prospecting, we're only focused on the deals that we get from marketing, then we're always chasing. And listen, in the beginning, it is critical that you are proactive. It is critical that you go out there and you find these opportunities. But at some point, you have to build your referral network. Why not start right away? Why not start right away with your referral network so that you can start building the momentum faster? All right. And it starts with number one, your inner circle. Your inner circle is who you trust. Your inner circle are the people that have your back. This is your attorneys. This is your accountants. This is your best friends. This is your wife or husband. This is your partner. This is the people that have your best interest in mind. And these are your mentors. These are the people that can really guide you and put you on the right path so that you don't just start and stop, right? You've got a nice clear blueprint to follow. You've got a model. We talked about it last week on the show. We've got a model to follow to be able to go out there and just implement the model so that you don't have to recreate everything and it doesn't take like years and years and years to figure this all out. Right? Next is, Matt, put it up again. Next is your referral network, okay? These are the other investors. These are the real estate agents. These are the people that are going to send you business. This is your family members. These are people that understand because you are loud about what you do, because they know that when it comes to ugly properties, they send those opportunities to you, okay? This is your referral network. This is what I'm talking about. This is the base of your business. These are the 30 people. And I want you to write this down. I'm serious. The 30 people that are going to refer you at least one deal every single year. Imagine your business. Imagine adding 30 deals to your business. Imagine a guaranteed, predictable 30 deals every single year in your business because you do the following. I'm going to show you how to follow up and to really nurture these relationships so that they bring you deals every single year. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But this is who you need to build this 30 people. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I find in our business is we're so busy hunting. We're so busy going after these opportunities that we forget to build our referral database. And I'm telling you, it is a critical difference between the 20% that make it in this business and the 80% that no longer do this. They go back to their 9-to-5s. They go and try some other strategy. The 20% have a referral database that send them deals. When everything is shifting and changing and everything's going bananas, these 30 people are the things that keep you afloat and keep you thriving while everybody else is scrambling. It is absolutely critical. All right. And the last one is your service network. You need to be the hub of everything that is going on in real estate. You need to know the electricians. You need to know the contractors. You need to know the painters. You need to know the title companies and the hard money lenders and the just regular loan officers and the people that are in the real estate business. You need to be sending them opportunities all the time. It's going to make you the authority in your marketplace. All right. If people know that they can come to you with any kind of referral and they're going to trust your referrals because these are people that have high value, right? These are people that actually are going to do what they say that they're going to do. And they're going to treat the people that you know in your world with unbelievable respect and do a really good quality job. I'm telling you, it just makes you, everything pulls into you. You become the magnet in your marketplace. It's absolutely powerful. So that is, you got to build these service relationships. And this is how I want you to communicate with all of these people. All right. right here. Here's your action items. It's all great. It's all like you understand who you need to build these relationships with, but here are your action items. You need to text your inner network and your referral network weekly, every single week. All right. Every single week, you need to be texting these people, right? You need to be texting your inner network. I'm looking for something to buy. I'm looking for a deal. Send me your deals. Send me what do you got going on? Have you run across an ugly house that I can buy? Do you have any properties that are super dated that I can buy? I want to send them to me. I'm ready for them. Like, just touch base with them. Be in front of them. I'm just telling you, the consistency and the frequency is going to put you top of mind. But if you slack on this, or worse, if you try to automate this and make it unauthentic with the people that know, like, and trust you, watch how fast they're going to call you out. I'm telling you, they will call you out. Now, if you don't have any friends, fine. That's good. Seriously, if you don't have any good friends, if you just like people don't like want to be around you or whatever else, then set it up automatic, because maybe you'll get some deals. But I assume that you're a dynamic, versatile person. You've got an incredible personality. You're going to go out there and people want to be around you. They want to hear from you. So take the 30 seconds to text them yourself. Don't let a machine do this. These are the people that you know. You need to treat them with respect. Could you imagine if, like, your brother or your sister or your cousin was sending you automated messages? You would feel gross. You'd be like, what are you doing? Like, just reach out to me. Like, what am I to you? Am I of no value to you? You want to automate this? Don't do it. Literally text them from your personal cell phone. I'm telling you, they will send you opportunities. Do not automate it.
That's
all right.
That's happened to me, and it is weird.
It is weird
on the receiving end.
It's super weird. Yeah. And then once a month, I want you to call everybody. Once a month, call everybody in your relationship network, your inner network, your referral network, and your service network. Call everybody. Just get them on the phone. Even if they don't answer, leave a voicemail. The fact that you called them to reach out is proactive. It's going to put you top of mind. They're going to be like, wow, this person really communicates effectively. And it's really powerful. And I'm telling you guys, most people don't do this. Most people are going to be out of this business. We've already seen it. We've already seen all the people that built their businesses on all of these incredible marketing campaigns, and they were chasing text messaging. Oh, wait, that's not working. We're going to chase pay-per-click. Oh, wait, that's not working. We're going to chase mail. Oh, that's not working. Oh, we're going to make some calls, and then we're going to hire a bunch of cold callers, and that's not working. And then they're chasing and chasing and chasing. You're always moving in different directions instead of going up. And I'm telling you, you will go up if you build that referral network. Relationships are critical, but that's only the first part. The first part are the people, right? The second part is you. The second part is your reputation. And here's how you build a unbelievable, bulletproof, stellar reputation. Number one should be very obvious. Do deals. Do deals. Close deals. Go out there and be successful. People want to be around successful people. It's just a fact. Absolutely. So number one is you got to do deals. Number two, keep your word. If you're going to show up somewhere, show up somewhere. If you're going to give them an offer in an hour, give them an offer in an hour. If you're going to buy that property, buy that property. Right? Some things come up, but communicate. Keep your word. Right? Don't be flaky. Don't be the person that's like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, he's kind of all over the place. She's all over the place. She says that, but like, you never really know. It's kind of 50-50 with them, because that will make people not send you opportunities. I'm going to call the person that you just referred me right now, and then you don't. That's not being a professional. That's being an amateur. That's just hoping and praying that things fall into your life and it just works out. You can plan it. You can program this. So just keep your word. All right. Number three, don't talk bad about anyone. When you talk crap to somebody, they will naturally feel that you could be, they could be your next target, that they have to watch what they're saying around you. They have to watch, what they share with you. It repulses people. It's just a natural thing. We have a tribe mind. I mean, we do. We have a tribal mind. And when you start like pushing out other people in the tribe, it makes people feel uneasy and it just doesn't go anywhere. So be that positivity out there. Be super, super, super positive out there and don't trash somebody. I mean, listen, there's some bad professionals and there should be people put on the blacklist and you should let people know about them, but let them know about what they did professionally, not what they are like their soul. You know what I mean? Like, just don't talk negative. Just go out there and be a positive light in your industry and watch what happens. All right. Number 4, overpay. I love this one. Do not argue over $50. Do not argue over $100. Do not argue over $1,000. If you send out a deal and the only thing that you could make is $500, sell that deal. Leave meat on the bone for somebody else. It's just one deal. You're going to do 1,000. But if you're trying to fight and claw and build in friction in a relationship because you're trying to get an extra $1,000 or $1,500, it's gross. Don't do it. Overpay. Be the person out there that's not worried about the money because you are so confident that you're doing so much in your business that you're going to make so much ridiculous money. You're not worried about this particular deal or that particular deal. And it pops up a lot. Don't get greedy. Overpay for things. Now, I don't mean don't get good deals. What I mean is if somebody's going to be making more money than you on something, don't get bitter about that, especially if you already agreed to the terms that that you sent out a deal, right? And you sent it out and you put it out and you made 10K, but somebody then put it out to somebody else and put 30K on top of it, made 30, and now you're pissed off. Stop. It's one deal. Move on. All right. And the 5th one right here is be the connector. You should be the magnet for everything going on. Be the connector. Make sure that you are connecting all of these service people and all of these referral networks in your inner circle. You are being the connector for absolutely everybody, and you become an you build an unbelievable reputation. And between your relationships and reputation, that is what keeps you in the 20% that make it past 2 years. This is what keeps you really building something special that people want to be a part of. So build up your relationships, build up your reputation. Welcome to Wholesaling Inc. Live, where we know that finding discounted property is the most proven path to financial freedom. My name is Brent Daniels, Mr. TTP, Mr. Talk to People. Without a doubt, if I could do this business, so can you. I'm joined by the incredible Mike Mahoney, the incredible Alejandra Murch, and we are here for 4 goals. Number 1, we want to answer your questions that you're dealing with wholesale. So if you have questions, make sure that you're putting them in the comments section. We want to answer those questions. Number 2, we want to give you the real tools and tactics and strategies that you can implement into your business right now so that you can have a long-lasting, profitable, predictable business. Number 3 is we want to celebrate your successes. We want it. I don't care if you've talked to a seller for the first time or you just closed $1 million deal, big or little successes. We want to celebrate you. And number 4 is for you to squad up in the comments section. Listen, the fact is there is a very, very, very small amount of people that want to be real estate investors, that truly are going to be real estate investors, an even smaller amount that want to go out there and understand the power of wholesaling real estate. And so we need to squad up together. We need to support each other so that we have each other's back, so that we don't feel like we're the awkward people at every single barbecue talking about what we're doing, right? Because nobody in your family, friends, loved ones will know what you're doing when you say that you're wholesaling real estate. So be around people that understand what you're doing because they're doing it as well. So let's crack this show open. Relationships, reputation. Relationships, reputation. That's what keeps you in the 20%. Let's get this going. Alejandra, how are we doing with our comments? Great. We've got some. Steven, I find myself overthinking offer price, preventing me from getting offers out daily. Anyone have tips? Yes, Stephen. I think what's happening here is you're probably not pulling the price out of the seller. You know what I mean? Like you can. The first step is this: go find ugly properties. Go find ugly properties or ugly situations, right? So you find ugly properties, ugly situations. Step 2, talk to the property owner. How are you going to talk to the property owner? Well, you can either reach out to them or do marketing that they reach out to you, right? Or beginning of the show, build relationships and get those referrals coming in, right? But either way, you're having a conversation now with the property owner. Well, what's that conversation look like? Well, it looks like 4 things. You want to find out the condition of the property, their timeline to sell, their motivation to sell, and their price, right? Their price, Stephen. It looks like, and listen, if they don't want to tell you the price, then you're going to have to throw something out. You're going to have to figure it out. If you want this to be easier, softball it, right, Stephen? You go, and Matt, can you put up the new fast offer percentages, please? What you're going to do is you're going to look on Zillow. You're just going to grab the address, put it into Zillow, and you're going to look at it. And if it's $250,000 or more, you're going to offer 50%. If it's $249,000 to $100,000, you're going to offer 35%. And if it's $100,000 or less, you're going to offer 10%. And you're not going to offer them that, Stephen. What you say is this: looking around in your area, it looks like your neighbors in similar condition and similar size are selling for around, boom, 50, 35, 10. And then they go, that's ridiculous. Or they go, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? But it's a softball. It doesn't mean I'm offering you that. The condition of the house is very important to understand how much we can offer. And I want to get you the best offer that I can. I'm just telling you, based on what you were saying about the condition of the property, it being original, it having fire damage, it having a leak in the basement, it being vacant and broken into 1,000 times, it being boarded up, and I quote you, it needs a lot of work, it needs everything, it needs to be gutted, whatever it is. Based on that condition, your neighbors are selling for around this price. Is that what you were thinking? And then they tell you. And then they go, no, I need much more than that. I've been offered much more than that. Fantastic. Well, what's your buy now price? What's your magic price? Every property owner that I've talked to has a magic price. If they get that price, then they'll sell their property. So what's that price for you? Don't go into it just raw, right? Don't just go into it like, oh, I'm just, going to throw out this offer and hope that they take it. Use that. I'm telling you, it'll make it a lot easier.
Yeah. So the main thing is that those numbers assume you're talking to an ugly property owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these aren't nice new properties.
No,
these are ugly houses.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
They should be. That's who you should be talking to.
Thank you. Great point. Great point there, because if you're trying to make offers on houses that are in beautiful condition, you're just going to run into a wall. You know what I mean? You're just wasting your time. We're not talking about the people that own these properties that they could easily sell on the market. We're talking about the 6 to 10% of people that want to trade price for speed and convenience. Let's put up that graphic too, Matt. I've got Matt doing a bunch of stuff today, but I'm excited. You know why I'm excited? Before you put that up, guys, listen, announcement. It's finally here. Growth Summit 2023. Growth Summit 2023. This is going to be the event of the year. I am telling you, myself, Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, Henry Washington, Todd Toback, Tom Kroll. Listen, what you said it perfectly, Mike. What is it? A lot of events have style. Not many of them have substance.
Yep.
It's the absolute fact. This is going to be both, obviously, because we're going to be there and we've got a lot of style. But the substance is going to be absolutely bananas. It's going to be absolutely bananas. We've got early bird registration right now. I am telling you, there's only room for 300 people, guys. Do not miss this. It's April 15th and 16th. Go to Growth Summit 2023. Register now. Prices will be going up. And if we even need to, it should just be sold out. We'll see. But Growth Summit 2023 in Arizona, April 15th and 16th. Style and substance. It's going to be absolutely bananas. You're going to be in the room with the top wholesalers from around the country. Do not miss this. And if you're already part of the Rhino Tribe, if you're part of the Wholesaling Inc. mentorship, it is free to you. We've got a different link for you. So do not go to this link. We've got a link in your email and in the private Facebook group. And you should have access to all of that. Make sure that you register today, guys. I'm telling you, the doors close at 300 people. It's going to be absolutely bananas. This is the first time that we've done it. Well, this is the first time we've done it in 4 years with Wholesaling Inc. It's going to be absolutely incredible. You do not want to miss it. Growth Summit 2023 early bird sale going on right now. Check that out. All right, Matt, put up the price, speed, and convenience. Here you go. Sellers only get 2. Guys, if a seller wants speed and convenience, then that's a wholesale deal. If they want speed and price, then they need to put it on the MLS, or we're talking more of a creative deal. And those should be properties that are in really good condition. That'll get there. Now, if a seller wants speed and they want price and they've got an ugly house, you have to hit them with the reality stick. You do. You have to hit them with reality. They're not going to get it. You can't get full retail value for a property that needs $50,000 worth of work. It's ridiculous. That's like me trying to sell a F-150 that has 300,000 miles on it for what a new 2023 F-150 is going for. But yet people think that with real estate, you can do that. Hit them with the reality stick. And if they don't, then move on. That's the beauty of our business. There is a conveyor belt of ugly properties. The day that you drive around your community and there are not any ugly properties and we live in the perfect utopia, we'll all be out of business. But it's not going to happen.
Not deal makers, deal finders.
We're deal finders. We're not deal makers. We're not deal creators. We're deal finders. Put that. Thank you. I haven't used that in a while. We're not deal creators. We're deal finders.
Bringing it back.
I love it. What was the quote that you said about habits yesterday? I love that. So from this book right here, guys, it's absolutely incredible. The One Thing by Gary Keller. What was the quote about habits?
He talks about how discipline's tough, right? But discipline is how you develop habits.
Mm-hmm.
And once you develop the habits make the hard stuff easy.
That's it.
So that's the quote. Habits make the hard stuff easy. You got to have discipline to develop the habits. But once you develop the habit, that carries you through to whatever you're working on.
Absolutely. Anthony, with the Calvin decal there, just lost my JOB, need encouragement to hit the phones. Listen, Anthony, you don't need encouragement. You really don't. I mean, I'll give you encouragement, but you don't need encouragement. Okay? What you need to do is face your fear and get on the phone. That's a prescription. That's not a suggestion. Like, what else are you going to do today? What are you going to do today that's more important than talking to distressed property owners that is going to hit you, that's going to get you closer to your goals? Because we got big goals, we got big models to follow, and then we got big success. And so find somebody that's doing it with you, Anthony. Find somebody that's going to do it. But I just know that I didn't need anybody to get me out of bed. I didn't need anybody. You know what got me out of bed? Being broke. And I'll tell you what, making phone calls is a lot easier than being broke. And it's a lot better. You know what I mean? Everything is there. If you have enough quality conversations with distressed property owners, you will be a millionaire. Multi. Over and over and over and over and over again. But again, it's the habits. It's the discipline to be able to do it. You got it, Anthony. You got it. Juan. Hey, Brent. What do you normally speak when you follow up? Yeah, it's not rocket science, Juan. It's just doing it. It's just being in front of them. So I would like, sometimes to say, as I promised, I'm calling you. As opposed to, hey, just following up. Sounds a little needy, right? As promised, I'm giving you a call about your property. And last time we spoke, you had said that that you were waiting until June to sell the property, and I just wanted to see if I could get you the right price now. Then would you sell it this week? What's stopping you from selling it sooner? Some open-ended questions. But as promised, I'm calling you about the property. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just following up to see if you can help me make money. That's what it sounds like, right? But as promised, I was following up. It sounds more powerful. As promised, I'm calling you about your property. There you go. Awesome. Gordon, do you have a weekly schedule we can look up? I understand you have trainings every Saturday. Yes. Like for my content, we do 2 live shows, Gordon. We do the Wholesale Hotline with the incredible Jamil Damji and Pace Morby on Mondays. That's at 5 o'clock Arizona time, which switches from Mountain Standard to Pacific. So we're Mountain Standard right now. And then we do this show on Wednesdays. And we might change the show to the afternoon, guys. Because the statistics show that Wednesday afternoons is when most people view this show as a replay. So why not just do it live?
Now we're getting crazy. That's when I had the lead follow-up. I mean, lead follow-up is where you're building that relationship with people. So keep it authentic.
Yeah.
You're mainly trying to find out if anything's changed since the last time that you spoke.
Yeah.
Whether it's 2 weeks or whatever it's been. And if anything's changed and if they're ready to go.
Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they don't answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a voicemail and a text message.
That's true.
And so, Nike, just do that. Just do it. All right. Arturo, yo, Brent, what systems do I need for a one-man show? Thanks a lot. Right here. Here's your system. Right here, Arturo. This in a laptop. And if you have the name, address, and phone number of people that own ugly houses, you win. That's it. That's what you need. I mean, if you're looking for some really solid tools, Deal Machine for your driving for dollars. You can go to PropStream at ttpdata.com, and you can pull a bunch of lists and do your comps there, which is fantastic. And if you depending on your budget, I would get a dialer.
Batch skip tracing.
And we do Mojo Sells. And so once you have the addresses from TTP Data, then you put it into batchskiptracing.com. You get their phone numbers and you give them a call.
Make sure you put in coupon code TTP.
Yeah. There you go. But all you need is a phone and a laptop.
Literally.
Truly. I mean, you could do virtual driving for dollars with Deal Machine. If you're not familiar with that term, it's basically you just use Google Maps and you just go down all the streets and you see all the properties that look like they're in rough shape and you add them to your database and you call them. Boom. Ariel. I love that name. I've been door knocking pre-foreclosures. Awesome. What advice would you give when dealing with pre-foreclosures from start to finish? Well, number one here, you have to have incredible empathy. They're going through a really tough time, and they're getting bombarded with people, absolutely bombarded with people reaching out to them. Okay, so going to the door is critical, and I would just go and say that you're interested in buying a home in the neighborhood and just wanted to see when they plan on selling their property. I wouldn't go up and be like, "Here's the notice of your foreclosure. You're like not paying your bills and stuff. So do you want to sell your property to me?" Don't do that. Right. That's how it comes across when you go, "Oh, your home, didn't know if you noticed this, but your home came up on my computer as a pre-foreclosure, and we specialize in stopping pre-foreclosures, and we wanted to have a conversation with you." Just go up and ask. Just go up and talk to them. Talk to them like they're any other lead, and they'll open up to you. "Yeah, we're behind. I'm sure you saw that. Blah blah blah." And you can say, "Yeah, you know what? I get that list, but honestly, I love this neighborhood. I want to buy properties in this neighborhood, and I wanted to see what your plans were with the property." And then from there, if you want the start to finish, put it under contract, sell that contract. Make sure that the property has equity. You could do a sub 2, but I would wholesale the sub 2 if it's not in a really, really good school district. DCP1, how to be transparent about being a wholesaler without throwing off the seller. I don't. Because I don't know if I'm going to wholesale them. Here's the thing that's really interesting. We're going to have a video that's dropping tomorrow, or actually Daniel's working on it. He's sitting here about proof of funds. Did you guys know that like everybody is trying to help you buy properties? Let me explain. Hard money lenders, okay? I always thought that hard money lenders were like loan sharks and they were going to break your knees if you didn't give them like 100% interest in like 72 hours or something. It's not. Nope. Let me explain what happens. In your area and around the country, there's people that have money, wealthy people, and they're sitting in their bank accounts. They need to make a better return than the bank's going to give. So They give money to funds. These funds are called hard money lenders. These hard money lenders give them 6 to 10% interest, and it's just passive checks that they send to them every month. And then they lend that money out at 12 to 14%. And the reason it's called a hard money lender is because it's hard assets that they're qualifying. They're not qualifying you and your job history and what's in your bank account and what is your credit score. They're looking at that property and say, okay, if this person doesn't pay us anything once we loan them money, how much are we willing to lend on this property? And we get smoking deals. So sometimes it could be all the way up to 100%. So you've got wealthy people that put money aside to hard money lenders who they don't make any money unless they lend these properties. They make money on fees, points, and the spread between the interest rates. And they are actively looking for you. So now you call them, you get a proof of funds from them, and now you've got money to be a buyer. So if you had to close on a deal, you have the ability to close on a deal. That makes you a real estate buyer. Now, do you have the ability to wholesale that property? Absolutely. You have the ability to close on that and sell it? Absolutely. But that makes you powerful. The whole industry has your back. It's all designed this way. This is the most incredible industry of all time. The whole business is set up for you to go out there and actually be a cash buyer. So go as the buyer, because if you go as a wholesaler, it's dangerously teetering on the edge of being an agent. And if you're unlicensed, you're going to get snatched up. They're going to do not be an agent if you don't have a license. Those are very clear lines.
Who snatches you up?
The Department of Real Estate. Department of Real Estate or attorneys?
You don't get snatched up by them.
Huh?
You don't want to get snatched up by those.
No. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So go as a buyer because you've got the backing. There's literally money sitting in account, tens of millions of dollars in every single market sitting in account that says, we got your back. Anybody off the streets, they don't care. They care about the deals that you get. Now they'll be real quick to let you know if you got a deal or not, because they'll let you know how much they'll lend on each property. But you go as the buyer. Remember, wholesaling is an exit strategy. Fix and flip, there's only 3 exit strategies. Wholesale, which you assign the deal, buy and flip, or buy and hold. That's the only 3 exit strategies. I guess you could put novation in there. But novation is kind of like a flip. Jose, I hope that answered the question. Does that
tons of money out there?
Does that make sense?
I think bottom line, tons of money out there, right? For people to access.
Yeah.
Importantly, it's really with hard money or private money, it is mostly, if not all, about the property. It's really not about you. It's not like getting a regular loan where they look at your credit and your assets and it's all about the property. So as long as you're getting good deals, there's money out there to get to make these things happen.
That's right. Growth Summit 2023.
Kerpow.
You do not want to miss it. Growth Summit 2023. Myself, Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, Henry Washington, Todd Toback, Tom Kroll in one room. Woo! And the top wholesalers from around the country.
I just want to, like when we were doing flips, we had a buddy who had a wealthy grandpa.
Yep.
He gave us some money, and then we used that money to get hard money.
Yeah.
Right? So we were using both.
Well, we were using mostly that money for rehab.
Yep.
Yeah. Jose, Brent, what do you reply to a seller that is in fear of moving out, selling their property because of interest rates being high? Just don't convince, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's their problem that this property is giving them? Because if the problem isn't big enough that they don't want to just go and get a new loan for a new property, you're not going to convince them. We are deal finders, not deal creators. So find deals. I don't want to sell because I don't know where you're going to buy. That is valid. Absolutely. But you just said that you're going to lose this property if you don't sell it. You just said that this property is costing you so much money to keep it to keep it functional that it's like ruining your life. So what if you just rented for a couple years, got back on your feet, and then bought something when interest rates might come down? And by the way, the interest rates are going to probably stay in this range for at least the next 24 months if the forecasts are accurate.
If they're more scared to buy than they are to sell, then there might be a problem with their motivation. They may not be as motivated as you think.
Yep. De Niro asks, hey, Brent, what are your new rehab prices? Matt, do you mind popping that up? Fix and flip repair cost. All right. Easy. This is carpet and paint, right? There's 3 different buckets. It's easy, it needs work, and wow, this is bad. Can we remove De Niro's comment real quick so that we can see all these? Easy, needs work, and wow, this is bad. So that top row there, guys, is square foot, under 1,500 square feet, 1,500 to 2,000, 2,000 to 2,500, 2,500 plus. And a kind of a rule of thumb, De Niro, is if it's needs work, it's about $40 a square foot. It's about $40. Needs work to wow, this is bad in that area. About $40 a square foot is going to put you in the right area. And then if anything extra, so this is just like interior. You're going to go in, you're going to clean it up, new floors, new cabinets, new countertops, new bathrooms, new paint, freshening it up, right? New appliances, new fixtures, all of those things, $40 a square foot. Needs a new roof, add 10 grand on it. Needs new pool surfacing or new pool equipment, add 10 grand onto it.
New plumbing.
Needs new plumbing, 10 grand. New electrical, 10 grand. And it just depends. I would get a bid if it needs foundational work, or at least have a conversation with somebody that has a lot of experience with foundations, and see what they would say. Sometimes it's like $50K. Just depends.
Yikes.
But there you go. Alan, look at that sharp, dapper guy. Brent, I noticed you suggest for dialer on Live Mojo, but on your description, it's batch dialer. Is one easy to use? We should switch that. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah.
Slip past the guard. Yeah, it's Mojo. We tried. I love Batch. I love the owners of Batch. But that dialer.
Not there yet.
That dialer is not there yet. Thank you for being political there, Mike. Yeah, it's not there. Alan, I don't have money for both a dialer and a CRM. I have a list of thousands of agents and can pull a list to call. Should I set up a drip on CRM to agents and hand dial my DTS? What's DTS list? Distressed. Oh, distress list. I would not put any agents on a automated drip. I didn't use a CRM until I made $1 million. My CRM literally was are you looking for it? There's one. It's in my office.
Back to relationships.
Yeah. My CRM was a accordion binder that I printed out and wrote all of my leads. And I had this one, which is a monthly one. And then I had a fatter one that was a daily one, 1 through 31. And I would go, oh, it's February. I'd pull them out, all the leads, and I'd put them into which days I was going to call them. I'd look at my calendar, put them in there, and then I would just call on those days. Every morning I would get up, I would pull out, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm calling these 15 leads today, and I get it done. But if you're just starting out, Alan, and you don't have a budget for both, you do not need a CRM.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I have found that the people that are like CRM wizards do no deals.
Yeah.
It's creative avoidance. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful analytical minds, and they love computers, and they love CRMs, and they love staying organized and putting labels on things and doing all this. And while you're doing that, I'm calling the same leads that you have, and I'm beating you like a drum.
And with agents, actually with anybody, if you want to automate through texting or emailing or any of the automated stuff, that's always got to be in addition to reaching out and having, conversations.
That's right. Yeah, I think once you have a team, it's really important to have a CRM because then you can see what their daily tasks are and whether or not they're on top of it. And so there's a level of accountability there. But if you're just accountable to yourself, easy peasy. The more things that distract you, the slower the process goes. Remember the 3 Ds: doubt, distraction, and disappointment. And I'll tell you what,
and the worst is of the 3 Ds?
Yeah, it's doubt.
Distraction.
You think? I think it's doubt. Doubt is the devil's wedge. Go look up that. Look up self-doubt, devil's wedge. Because if you get that doubt sneaking in there, it's going to get you. But I agree. I mean, there's a lot of really self-confident people out there, Mike. And then, yes, 100% it's distraction. There you go. Growth Summit 2023. Check it out, guys. Early bird special. It's going to be absolutely bananas. Chris. Hi, Brent. What is your follow-up for someone who keeps pushing off appointments with multiple excuses, but you know they have to sell because of a pending event, example, foreclosure, tax, lien sale, etc. Be patient. Be in front of them. Remember, we're working with people primarily that are really bad at making decisions. Okay? So just be there. Bring an incredible amount of kindness into their life. Okay? An incredible amount of kindness to them. Okay? And just be patient with them, but just do your job. Your job is to constantly follow up with them and stay in front of them.
By the way, that happens more often than not.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, we're deal finders, not deal creators. You can shorten the timeline with building skills of lead follow-up, but that starts with if-then questions. If I can help you do this, then if this wasn't a hurdle for you or a challenge for you, then are you ready to sell sooner? So, and some people just push it off. Ryan Thornton, my acquisition manager, incredible, went on an appointment with a gal that we've been following up with for 4 years. 4 years. And so great deal, but just really difficult to make a decision. A lot of emotions tied to this property on this specific case. So it's just pulling out and just trying to remove any obstacles that they have from selling the property.
You got to catch them at the right place and time,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way you do that is by being pleasantly persistent,
Yeah.
right? That's what lead follow-up is.
I mean, I'm still following up with one of my leads.
Yeah. And we've done deals with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few deals.
Also, to make life easier, I Amazon Googled the accordion binders so you can find them in the comments.
Nice. Thank you, Alejandra. Boom. Look at that. You got a new CRM during the show. Esteban, what do you think about getting deals on market? Well, there's two types of deals on market, Esteban. There's ones that the property owners are realistic and they price it right, and it causes them to get a lot of offers. And you have to be really fast with new, distressed, these ugly properties that hit the market. You got to be really fast and build relationships with those agents. And if you can get it in with a really solid, no-brainer offer package, you might be able to get those. But for the most part, in our experience, what agents do is they go, okay, we're going to get a lot of offers on this. So they're going to put in the private remarks to real estate agents, not reviewing offers for 72 hours, at which time we will do a multiple counter offer for highest and best offer. So what they do is they put a little stiff arm on you and they go, we're not going to even look at any offers until we collect all of them over the time period. And then we'll review it and then we'll counter everybody to get the highest and best. And so if you're going to go with that strategy, Esteban, it is critical that you over communicate and you are super positive and super confident with the agent that you can get that deal. You're going to make this super easy for them. Got it. I love this area. We know this area. We want to buy this property. We're going to make this as easy for you as possible. How do I get this deal? And they go, well, you got to be the highest and best offer. Okay, great. Can you give me an idea? Can you give me an idea of what I need to be at highest and best? Like if I go and it's listed for 150, if I go like 170 on this, do you think I can get it? And then you got to make sure that your buyer is comfortable with buying properties that are on market. But if it's a really smoking deal that you snag early on, it's usually not difficult. The second way is wait until they're on the market for a long time and offer 50% of what they have it listed for. I'm not joking. I know. Offer 50% of what it's listed for, because if it's sitting on the market and it's an ugly property, they have grossly overvalued it. And so you got to hit them way, way low and see if they're realistic, or try to turn it into a seller finance deal if possible. But if not, move on.
Both strategies work when you work them.
And this is, what's interesting, Mike, is nobody talked about getting deals on market until June of 2022. You want to know why? Because every deal that hit the market had multiple offers, and it was impossible to get a really good deal on a consistent basis. And most of the time, people were locking these deals up and selling them to hedge funds. Okay? Well, the hedge funds are very fickle and change their mind all the time. So everybody that created businesses around that got crushed. Two is you were able to get some deals through, but there just wasn't enough to really build a business with your traditional buyers. And your buyers were like, listen, this is on the market. That doesn't seem like a deal to me. Because psychologically, if you can get something that nobody else knows about, it's a good deal, right? But if everybody has passed on this deal on the market, wait, what's wrong with it? That's what's going on in the minds of the and just be careful. If you build your whole business on market deals, it is not a long-term strategy.
So I got a question. So would you rather spend the time going after on-market deals or spend that time building your agent relationships?
Agent relationships and off-market deals, 100%.
Okay.
I think that you can get some deals on the market, but you got to get them at 50%. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you, we're doing one right now. I talked to an agent about a deal. He didn't, the seller in that one wouldn't budge. And I said, well, what else do you have for me? Then he had another deal. It was listed for $345. We got it for $252. We're putting $40,000 into it and we'll sell it for $265. That's a decent deal. But I offered 50%. We worked up from there. Offered like $180 and we got to $250 because it made sense there. And it was a newer property. It didn't require a tremendous amount of rehab. There wasn't a lot of unknowns. It was built in the 2000s. Mm-hmm. So I think you can do it. Here's the thing, guys. We go back to relationships and reputation. Relationships and reputation. If you're not building those, you are going to always be chasing the new, latest, greatest strategy for getting deals. Mm-hmm. So unless, of course, you always go after ugly houses off market. Mm-hmm. Ugly houses off market always are profitable.
Strategy there stays the same. The tactics differ.
That's
depending on what's going on. So for Esteban, spend that time building your agent relationships and focus on off-market deals.
Yeah. Jay, either one. Batch leads is fine. Prop stream's great. Either one. Yeah. Jay, I know in the Rhino course, in the Wholesaling Inc. course, we have batch leads. I think there's some advantages there that you can keep everything organized when you're skip tracing a lot of properties. So you're not skip tracing a lot of properties. That's why we go with batch leads in the mentorship program. Nick, do I need to talk to a CPA and attorney before going into business? I mean, I'm not a CPA or an attorney, so talk to them. You know what I mean? I didn't. I just started taking action, and then I found a CPA and attorney. But if you feel like, you want to make sure that, I don't even know what you would ask them. What would you ask an attorney and CPA before doing business?
Maybe like
how to set up your LLC. I mean, you could do that. That'd be fine.
I think that's smart to do. If you're in a position to do it, I would do that. They can go through Prime Corporate Services.
Yep.
As far as talking to an attorney, depending on what market they're in, you could ask, if there's any nuance to wholesaling that they need to be aware of, any licensing issues, any disclosure issues, that might be something.
Cool. Jared, Brent, if you only did agent outreach, no direct to seller, what would your follow-up process be like? Would you call every agent for follow-up? Yeah, like if there was like an evil twin of me, then this is what I would do. I mean, this isn't how I would build my business, but unless you're going to build referrals. If you get referrals from agents, this is very powerful. If you're just trying to do like on-market deals, you're going to get crushed every time the market shifts. So, agent outreach, yeah, I would build the relationship. I would follow up with them just like will you put it back up? Maybe Jared jumped on a little bit later. But this is what I would do. I would text them every week and I would call them once a month. So that's it. I would text so they're part of your referral network there, Jared. And so I would text every single week and call every month. That's how I do that's what we do in our business. It's incredible. Zai, hey Brent, any advice for wholesaling distressed commercial properties, office buildings, restaurants, etc.? How do you run financials for these types of properties? Well, remember with commercial properties, it is about the income that they make determines the value. So number one thing with commercial properties is you need to have an unbelievable commercial broker in that area that knows and will communicate with you because they know everybody and they know the potential of it. So it's a much different industry because unlike traditional real estate or residential real estate, commercial brokers for their first 5 to 10 years, they spend 8 hours a day cold calling people that own commercial properties. That's how they build their whole business. It's really smart. I mean, it's what we do in our business. So those are people that you need to get connected with. Slim Beats 1988. How do you find the purchase ratio that buyers are buying at in your market? You talk to your buyers. I mean, rule of thumb, 70% minus repairs is your wholesale price. But if you're in San Diego, if you're in San Francisco, if you're in Seattle, if you're in Austin, if you're in New York, if you're in Chicago, Miami, they'll pay more for it. But as a rule of thumb, I mean, you need to have conversations with your buyers. What are you buying, and what are the ratios that you're buying? What are you looking to make? So you need to get that directly from your buyers. They're right there. They want your deals. I am telling you, the whole industry is set up for us to win, whether it be the money, whether it be the buyers, whether it be the people to help us out and support us. Everything is there. But we can't be silent. You got to be very loud. You got to post your progress. You got to post what you're doing every single day. You got to document your journey as a real estate investor. Watch people come your way. You need to go and provide value to all of those service people and send them referrals. Find really great people. And then you got to build up your crew of your referral network that's going to refer you business every single year. And with that, you're going to be talking to a lot of buyers. What are you buying? What does it look like? What's the percentages? Talk to a bunch of them. They're going to be all over the map. Some investors are ridiculous. They are. They're like, well, I want 50% minus repairs for properties that are over 500,000. It's not going to happen. They'll do 2 deals a year, maybe, or 1 every 10 years. Get the serious ones that are buying a lot in volume, and those are the people that you need to have the conversations with so that you know the ratios. Okay? Awesome. Ariel, I have about 145 leads in my Podio. I feel like a lot of them have been there forever. How should I organize my leads? What categories and criteria should I use to delete old contacts? You want me to be bombastic with my response? If they're not going to sell in the next 30 days, get rid of them. How about that? How about if they're not going to sell in the next 2 weeks, you get rid of them? Mm-hmm. And just keep loading them up. What if, this is going to sound crazy, what if a lead to you is only somebody that was going to sign a purchase agreement in the next 2 weeks? You think you would find what you were looking for?
Absolutely.
You would. But we want to hold on to leads. So Ariel, I would do an audit. I would see who's ready to sign a contract in the next 30 days. And if for some reason, so those are your hot leads. So there's buckets, hot, warm, dead, or cold, right? Your hot leads are ugly houses that want to sell in the next 30 days. It's a timeline thing, determines which bucket you put it in. Your warm leads are, this is a good lead, but there is something legitimate holding them back from selling their property in 30 days. They need to get a tenant out. They are going through probate. They want to do a what are those sales where people come through the house and they buy people's stuff?
Auctions?
Oh.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
know what
no.
you're talking about.
Anyway, they want to like sell
Garage sale.
No.
garage sale type of thing. Yeah, estate sale.
Estate sale.
Boom, estate sale. They got to do these things, and it slows down the process. So they want to make sure that they're doing all that before they before they sell their property. So then I would keep that in your warm. And then everybody else is cold or dead. And I would call the cold and dead maybe every 90 days. You're hot, you're talking to on a weekly basis, and then you're warm. You're talking to every month or so, or every couple weeks. But I tell Jackie all the time that I want nothing but people that'll sell in the next 30 days, and she gets mad at me. Because we do. I mean, we're incredible with our follow-up processes, so I let her do that. Jackie's my lead manager.
Last question.
Yeah. Last question from Steve. Thank you guys for joining us for the entire hour. We've had an incredible group on here all for this full hour. Make sure you check out the early bird special at growthsummit2023.com. There is a discount for the people that are fast movers that take decisive action. We want to reward you. So the early bird special, growthsummit2023.com. Check it out today. Get registered. It will be the most impactful event of the year, without a doubt. Not just style, but also an incredible amount of substance. Steve, if a seller wants to list their property with an agent, do you have an agent referral contract to download? If you're licensed, absolutely. Your broker should have a referral agreement. Easy peasy. If you are not licensed, it is illegal to accept a referral fee. You can just Google it, but I'm right. You can. But what you can do, Steve, if you are not licensed, is maybe that agent pays all your marketing expenses. Maybe that agent pays for your dialer and your deal machine and your prop stream or batch leads or your skip tracing. Maybe they skip trace 100,000 addresses for you. Woo. You know what I mean? There's work to be done. Hey, you want more? I'm out there calling people all day long. A lot of people I run across don't want to sell at the price that I'm offering them, but they do want to sell their property. I can refer to you, Mr. Agent, but for that, I need you to pay all my marketing costs. Squad up. If somebody came to me with that approach and I was a real estate agent, first I'd be like, wait, what are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, that sounds like a much better job than being an agent, much better business than this. But that's just me. A lot of agents like being agents. So I would suspect a lot of agents would be like, yeah, I'll pay for your marketing. If you send me all these referrals, it's absolutely incredible. So that's what I would do. And if you are an agent, then your broker will have the referral agreement documents that you can send to them and make it all above board and all smooth. And you get paid out of the title and escrow company, which is awesome. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I hope you got tremendous value. Remember, relationships, right? And reputation. Relationships and reputation. It's so incredibly powerful. That's what the 20% that survive over 2 years do. And I want you to be there. I truly, in my heart of hearts, I don't even know what that means, but I really do. I really do want you to make it, because this is a life-changing business. And the people that survive, I am telling you, your schedule is open. It's like the sun's shining and the birds are chirping, and it's just, life is so much lighter. It's full with so much energy and opportunity. If you build this business and you make this your marketing engine to go out and find incredible opportunities that you keep as assets. That's the plan. So everybody, come on in, Matt. Come on in. Come over here. On behalf of Matt and Daniel and Alejandra and Mike and myself, we want to say we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out the early bird special at Growth Summit 2023. It's going to be absolutely bananas. You do not want to miss it. And remember, keep your house clean, protect your health, and increase your value to the world. You'll live a fantastic life. I'll see you next week. Love you.